Tianmen Mountain in central China is amazing, but also a gamble, and you'll see why. To get up 1,200 meters or 4,000 feet, you take a bus, cable car, 7 long escalators, and climb 999 steps to the stairway to heaven. And to be honest, it's maybe not worth visiting on a rainy forecast. Let me know if you'd still go after watching this video. Visiting can be quite confusing, more than Zhangjiajie National Park. I have a Tianmen blog post linked below. It's super thorough, save it for when you visit. Let's go to Tianmen Mountain. When you buy tickets, you have 3 route options. Since there's ongoing construction, the only difference is the order. All 3 routes cost the same and cover the main attractions. I bought my ticket online, which I'll link below. I chose Route B because the entrance timing is flexible and I like my sleep. When you reach the entrance, follow the signs for your route. For Route B, we took a 15-minute bus ride. Each bus ride felt like a field trip. I bought some strawberry Oreos for a nice adult breakfast. They also sell umbrellas and raincoats here. After your passport is scanned, it's time to hop on the cable car. The ride lasts about 10 minutes, with views of the famous 99 Bends Road below, the same road you'll drive down later. Once you arrive, head left along the path toward the main square. It's all fog today, so I don't know if all of you can see. Look at that. Wow. There's a convenience store and coffee stand. I could barely see anything in the fog and didn't know where to go. Just look for the stairs located to the left of the convenience store. This is where you'll start your climb up to the 999 steps and stairway to heaven. If you don't want to climb, you can also take an escalator instead for 5 USD. It takes about 15 minutes to climb with some really steep steps. All these aunties and uncles and grandparents doing a great job. Sucks you can barely see anything. This is like a wet online. So this is really helmet. I couldn't see anything from the top because of fog, but the experience of struggling and sweating alongside other tourists was quite special. 15 minutes to climb the stairs. It's short, but some of the steps were workout. At the end of the 999 steps is Tianmen Cave. You'll see a massive natural rock art with water trickling down. But the view was basically non-existent, though when I went back down later in the afternoon, it cleared up completely. You'll take 7 escalators to the top. I timed the escalators and they are 2 minutes each, so a total of 14 minutes. Listen to a podcast, answer some emails, it's quite long. Once you reach the top, there will be a small food court with Burger King. So now you can either head east or west. After talking to my hotel, I took the west route first. Honestly, both routes weren't that busy farther in. I think people skip these because of the weather. From here, you can also go to the ferry peak. It's the highest point on Tianmen Mountain. You take a small cable car for 4 USD. After reading some reviews, I chose not to do it. If you do it, budget some time for it. Get the left side. So with the help of a map and just following the lines for West Line, which there are plenty, thankfully, I'm going the right direction. From there, here, West Line is this way. Just keep following signs for the West Line until the first glass walkway, which costs 1 USD. So this is the first glass walkway and it's like 5 yuan. Since you won't be able to see anything on the glass pathway, so I'm just going to take this one. So if it's still foggy, you won't see anything and the glass walkway won't be worth it. You'll reach a red ribbon walkway where you can pay to write a wish on a ribbon and tie it. The next part is walking through the Guigu Cliffside Walk. It's a pathway at 1,400 meters or 4,600 feet high. It was still foggy at this time and I was somewhat thankful I could look down and not freak out. Still, I'd say this was my favorite part. To be that high above ground was super surreal. Keep walking down the cliffside walk until you see signs for the suspension bridge. So you'll reach this, don't go straight. Go to the right. Made it to the suspension bridge. It's shaking. You might even hear people yelling their guts out from the bridge. After the bridge, you'll reach our rest area. Keep going straight and walk past the small food court area. At this point, I plugged the Burger King into a map since that's a starting and ending point to go back down. If you don't want to continue, just go back to BK. If you want to keep going, keep following the signs for the East Line. It's incredible how many families come here together. So I finished the West Road. I could have just went back to Burger King, but I continued on to the East Road. Not sure if it's super worth it in this weather, but I like hiking, so let's go. Here were the stops on the East Line. So lots of stairs on the East Road if you take it after going the West Road. To be honest, in this weather, the stops on the East Line were not super worth it. 3 paths crossed and he took the lesser one or something like that. I went there, I went there, I think I went there. I went there, I went there, so where do we go? To head back, just follow the signs back to Lingguan Temple and walk through this rest area. Just put in Burger King again in a map to lead you back. Then look for the signs to the escalators and join the line. This was the longest line I had to wait for. You go back down the same 7 escalators to Tianmen Cave by 3:30 p.m. The weather was clear, but the area is super packed. To get back down to the main plaza, you can either walk down the 999 steps or pay $5 to take the escalator. I chose to walk back down the steps very carefully. When you reach the plaza, look for this entrance if you're on Route B to take the long cable car. If you're doing Route A or C, just walk past here and look for the express cable car signs. They scan your passport here, then you take a bus down that zigzag 99 Benz Road. You then take the long cable car, that's about 20 minutes. It goes over the city before arriving back at the East Gate. It was a nice way to end the visit. And you're done. That's the cable car. I went to one of the few places with vegan options and had tofu and rice. I wanted to take the bus back to Wulingyuan, but I could not figure it out. I ended up just taking a taxi. In summary, if you're limited on time or have a day with overcast, 1. Try to visit in the afternoon, and 2. Skip the East Line loop. Most of the stops there were not quite worth it, especially with the gloomy weather. Still, at the end of the day, visiting Tianmen Mountain felt satisfying and I don't regret it. I have 2 more cities in China left. See you in the next video.